A super El Nino is used to informally refer to a rare or an exceptionally strong El Nino event, which is the warm phase of the El Nino Southern Oscillation. This is a climate pattern that recurs irregularly every 2 to 7 years. And it also involves a cold phase called the La Nina, as well as a neutral phase. During El Nino, trade winds in the Pacific Ocean weaken, causing warm waters to move eastwards towards the Americas instead of sitting near Asia. This shift can cause sea surface temperatures in the central and eastern Pacific to rise, and this can lead to a cascade of different climate events. So we could expect potentially more rainfall in the Americas, as well as drought conditions in Asia.
To officially declare an El Nino event, the temperature rise in the Pacific Ocean has to be around 0.5 degrees Celsius. The reason why we're talking about a more powerful event this year is because we're seeing weather models indicating that we might expect a 2 to 3 degrees Celsius increase of temperature in the Pacific Ocean.
Climate models have indicated that El Nino events can be amplified by human-caused climate change. So you can think of warmer baseline temperatures in the ocean that come about as a result of global warming, almost adding additional fuel to El Nino events. Warmer baseline temperatures can also pump more moisture and heat into the atmosphere, so this can cause storms to become stronger when they actually occur.
So overall, we know that the warming El Nino event is going to push global temperature to new heights. In maritime Southeast Asia and Australia, we might be expecting more droughts, haze, and wildfires. And in southern China and the Yangtze Basin, we might be expecting more floods, heat, and monsoon disruptions. In the Pacific Islands, there might also be water stress. Under these changing rainfall patterns, we would expect that farming and coastal communities would be mostly impacted. In Southeast Asia, experts have already warned that the region might face drought-like conditions. So economically speaking, these regions might be expecting crop losses, and this could further push food prices, inflation, and also unstable rainfall might also have an impact on hydropower supply, which tightens electricity supply in a weather where people need a lot of cooling and air conditioning. In a study that was published in the scientific journal Nature Climate Change earlier this year, a team of scientists have already predicted that Hong Kong might see an economic loss of up to $300 billion cumulatively over this century because of the extreme weather events.
El Nino events can also impact typhoon dynamics. So typhoons could form further out in the open Pacific Ocean. This could actually cause less typhoons to make landfall, but when they do, they may be stronger and even turn into super typhoons.
I spoke to climate scientist Ben Horton, who was the one who led the study that we just mentioned that was published in Nature Climate Change. He said preparedness has been improving over the past decade, but we're not quite ready for a very strong event. So on one hand, the region has been improving a lot on the weather forecasting tools that we have, and especially in Hong Kong, we have a world-class agency of the Hong Kong Observatory. So he said we should be confident here in Hong Kong. However, readiness across the region is quite uneven in terms of protecting vulnerable workers, food production, and also the cascading infrastructure failure that we might face because of these warming weathers. Ben Horton said, most importantly, any El Nino now unfolds on top of human-driven climate change, which is loading the dice toward greater damage. A warmer atmosphere and ocean mean more heat, more moisture, and more energy for extremes. So El Nino impacts today can be amplified into deadlier heat waves, heavier rainfall, sharper droughts, and larger economic losses.
Usually when an El Nino event ends, we expect to see a slow transition into a neutral phase of the El Nino Southern Oscillation climate pattern, and eventually a La Nina or a cold phase can form. However, in a super or strong El Nino event, the concentrated heat can actually cause almost a self-destruction of the climate pattern to occur at its peak, followed by a rapid reversal of sea surface temperatures and a rapid introduction of a La Nina cold phase. So towards the end of this year, if this occurs, we could see La Nina happen quite quickly in 2027.